This is an All Sports Station production.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the space city of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
Set, 19, check my 47. Here we go.
On first down, Watson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's second down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
Will Fuller is one of the young flyers in the NFL and gets to top speed in just a couple of steps, so everyone has to respect the deep game because he'll blow past people in a hurry. But what that does is leaves open space underneath. He can take the short pass, turn it into a bigger game because he makes people miss. If he takes care of his hands and doesn't drop a pass or two in a game, he's going to be one of the best receivers in the league.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Earl Thomas has the speed, quickness, and skills to be a cornerback in the NFL, and I think he would have been a good one. But playing in the middle of this field as a free safety, I think he's the best eraser in the NFL. Takes care of any mistakes that happen in front of him and hardly ever lets anything get over his head.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
19. Check, 47. It's coming this way, Let's go.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the gun, here's Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
On second down, Ingram, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception? What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a 1st down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw again. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Ready up. Stop. Take left. I love it. 3 down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball in the option, but not there. I mean, you just saw exactly why many old NFL coaches would say, don't use your quarterback in the running game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and an alley to run. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Check 41. Exit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out comes Houston. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rip right.
Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
23 yards the pickup there.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They give to Johnson going right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 12, Watson, and that's complete to Cooks. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab, and the Texans have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ready. Get the flag. 41 Mike. I don't think you got it, son.
Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Come on, set. 15 on it. 15 on it. Tighten up. Pull it together.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Now Jackson on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. On the counter, Ingram down to the 25. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good to this point. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Yeah, let's go set. Mike 41. I'm going to wedge that. Stay with your man.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Jackson rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ready, go.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now it's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Jackson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the running game. It's Ingram fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Following the fumble recovery, Watson looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
We'll see if he can look and do some soul searching now. On 1st down, Ingram. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Right there. All day, baby. Here we go.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Throwing is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
58, right there. Here we go, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, but it's going to be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to the air, Watson on second down. It's complete to Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Set. 10-18. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Let him go.
On first down, Watson sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Set. 10-18. 58. Come on. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want to.
Throwing again is Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. From the gun, here's Watson. Finding fouls complete. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
Where's the tap? 19. 47. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
3rd and 2. Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot, that they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run the counter. It's Ingram, and he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Something looked weird there up front. The offensive lineman, it's like they weren't on the same page.
Yeah, every play design has a huge element of trust that everyone's going to do their job. But if one person doesn't and you have a breakdown, everything goes to rubble.
Ingram again. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Now, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Ingram. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. On 1st down, it's Ingram. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On 3rd down, Jackson rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Thomas. Gets past one man.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stop the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Set. 19. 58, come on. Danny. Switch.
Watson on first down. It's complete. Stills. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Watson now to throw. His throw incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Set. 18.
On first down, it's Watson. He'll run it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
This is set. 19. Defense wins championships, baby.
Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Money set. 19.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
19.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
You got tight. You got tight.
Johnson running right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now it's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller there to make the grab as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Ingram. He takes this for 3 to the 29. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Jackson, he can run for it, and he will. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. He was looking that time for Stills.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now here come the Ravens. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give him that the rest of the way. Watson trying to get his guys moving.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Watson now to throw. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Sack City, baby.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Ready, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.